Welcome, Geekers and Geekettes, to episode 1 of Between Two Screens. So, this is the new rebrand of Geeking Comfortably, one of the new projects I've been working on. Today is Wednesday, January 5th, when the video comes out. The actual date, well, we don't have to divulge that one to you guys. Now, you know the spiel. If you guys enjoy the content I've been putting up, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Today we got a special guest. His name is Mr. FroFencer. He is a phenomenal guy, an athlete in a great way, which is actually something I'm kind of jealous. I've always wanted to do the sport he's going to be talking about today, so I'm kind of jealous in that regard. And he turned that passion into a YouTube channel and a business, and we're going to be talking all about that and showing you guys that it doesn't matter what type of geek you are. If you have a passion, no matter how old you are, you can turn it into something if you really believe in it. And that's the goal of this new channel and this new project of Between Two Screens. So without further ado, FroFencer, how are we doing today?
I'm not bad. Feeling good. About to get into the new year. Let's see what happens.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward for the new year for sure. 2022. Let's put everything behind us 2021. So, to start off, FroFencer, your fencing career, when did that start?
That started when I was younger. I played The Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker, okay. And I got obsessed. And then I asked my mom that I wanted to do something with swords, and nothing like Zelda existed. There was no HEMA. I didn't know what HEMA was, but my mom pointed out fencing. The Olympics were playing or something. She pointed out fencing, and because of that, I started doing that. I thought it was a little weak. It didn't look as cool as fighting, with huge one-handed cross sword
You're sword. I want that broadsword in my hand.
It's a needle. It's thin. It's you can see them on the wall over there. They're thin. They're not that big. But I started that, and then I started with my first coach, who is a woman who is a a Paralympian. So a woman who's missing part of one of her legs. Any inhibition I thought that it was going to be dainty or anything weak went out the window with her. So that just sealed me in.
Okay, so there was a sword passion before the fencing, and the fencing was an unexpected leeway to opening up more of that passion. Yeah. And I remember you telling me, I know you were doing competitive. How did you go with fencing?
So I started off early, because there's not many fencers around, you immediately get thrown into provincial. So wow. I'm there's an under 11 division. I got thrown into that in the middle. We were 4 kids, got gold, and from there it was just keep going, right? I mean, there's 3 other kids, who cares, right? But you just do it, right?
You gotta mention that gold, though. You gotta mention that gold.
It's the only one that I have. I have silvers, I have bronzes, but I don't have another gold except for that one. So yes, I will mention it.
Absolutely.
So on that front, I've started provincial, and as I got older, I think once I hit 14 years old, so maybe 4 years in, probably even earlier, under 13, I was doing Canada. I was doing what's it called? I was going to say federal, but I mean national.
National, exactly, across.
Yeah, I was doing national,
coast to coast.
So I did national for a bunch of years, and then the next step is venturing into the States, so international by that category. And then only a few years ago that I started doing. No, when I was 18, I did my first international. So I did Sweden. I've done a few places around the world. I have, So I have a few things on my belt. I think the best thing I could say is the University Games in Naples for 2019. That was my biggest thing.
That was the highlight of your fencing career for you.
Yeah, so far.
Nice. Well, yeah, it's not done for sure, right? Because I think that's the beauty of fencing is there's no really age restriction.
It's an old person sport.
Exactly. So you can go through a lot deeper.
You peak at 30.
So you're saying potentially the next Olympics is your prime time.
Yeah, if the virus doesn't kill it.
If it doesn't, which is when is the next one? It's in 2 years, 3 years.
2024 Paris, which is also you look at Paris, and Paris is one of the homes of fencing, and you're
you gotta go, you gotta make it. So
yeah,
you're already on that drive, I'm guessing, right? You're on.
Yeah, mentally I'm there. Physically, I have to get there.
You have to get there. He goes, it's gonna come with due time. Makes sense. Well, guys, this is actually a perfect quick segment while he's training for the Olympics. We're just gonna throw in a quick shout out to our sponsor, Guru Natural Energy, that's based out of Montreal. When you're doing any type of sport, physical activity, or even gaming, and you need that little extra boost, A little guru goes a long way, so you can always check them out, guys.
I've actually drank their stuff.
It's
I
very
like that.
good. Have you had the new
Good.
orange one? The new orange can?
No.
Yeah,
No.
so I'm a big fan of the yerba mate, which everyone seems to like not be a fan of. I think the yerba mate's phenomenal, but the orange one was really shocking and very good as well. But yeah, definitely, guys. It's one of my sponsors. Thanks to Able Sports for getting Guru involved in this. So with that, the Leagueway is gonna move in to YouTube. So you started doing YouTube recently, and you were showcasing the passion of your swords and your fencing. So I've watched a few of your videos. Very educational, very to the point. You know what you're talking about, which is always enjoyable because when we get together, a lot of times we do end up talking about history and swords and stuff, and I always enjoy the conversations.
Yeah.
So it was really fun to see you actually like go full out and really have the time to explain. So was that something from a young age that you knew you wanted to progress with fencing and split off on projects with it, or was this something more recent that you thought about doing?
No, I've always wanted to do it. Like, we grew up in the age where we saw YouTube from the beginning all the way up till now. Like, we saw the full spectrum of YouTube. Yeah. So obviously, like, in your head, if you have any idea you want to do it for a long time, I think in high school I really wanted to do it, but the ease of entry, like, technically was too high. It was just like you have to invest a lot of time, and with basically school mixed with competing nationally and internationally, I was just like, nah, I can't do it type thing, and a little bit of nerves. But like I told you before, like my school had speech classes, so that got easier. Public speaking got easier.
It made it easier, yeah.
It makes it so much. Oh my god, it makes it so much easier. You learn not to care, but you just go with it. But yeah, no, I've always wanted to do it, and so this is year 2 because I started in September of the year before. Yeah, so I'm in year 2. But before I started, I probably wanted to start like 4 years before that. Like hardcore, it was in my mind of what I wanted to do. Like I had plans. I have a book full of ideas and things I wanted to do,
which is
that
good,
I
right?
can just open it and just do it. But right now with the pandemic, half of them, well, not half, a good 75% of my stuff was in person that I wanted to do.
You're like, I'm gonna show people how to fight, but I need a dummy and I can't do it right now.
I can't do anything. It's like it's like, okay, yeah, no, I have to rethink all that. But yeah, no, it's been a long time coming. It was more about technically right now with the setup that I have, it's very minimalist, except for this mic as I have this in front of my face, but it's very minimalist for the most part. But I didn't want to buy a $2,000 DSLR. I didn't want to buy certain type of things like without the proper knowledge. But this is my cell phone. Like,
look, it is good quality. I'm guessing you're connected through the Wi-Fi, right, with your cell phone?
No, it's wired right to my laptop.
Oh wow, okay, perfect.
This is the 13 Pro, as I say, minimalist, but like I bought it from
so minimalist.
I had an 8 before. It's like it's been 5 years since the last one.
It's okay. I did the same thing. I went from the X, and then I was streaming with my phone, playing a lot of Pokemon Go, and I was like, I need a new phone.
You can't use the X. The X was the abomination of that generation.
And now I got and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna upgrade, and I'm like, what am I gonna get? Let's go to the 12 Pro Max. I go, that's gonna do the trick.
There you go.
And then I'm like, why did I do this?
It's worth.
It's worth it now because I do a lot of Instagram and stuff, and now I'm starting to use Instagram on my streams as well, so it does help.
Well, it's just like why? It's better than buying a 2K camera. Yeah, and it has all the functionalities. It's not just one thing.
Or anyway, do what I do.
Now we're getting to tech talk.
And buy 2 cameras plus a phone, and
There you go.
Just be like, hey, which way am I looking? I don't know anymore. Yeah. And then people go, oh, you don't need money. I'm like, no, I do.
Yeah. No,
so, but no, that's it. So your YouTube's doing really well. You hit 1,000 subscribers relatively fast, within a year, if I'm not mistaken.
Just like a month off a year.
Just a month off a year. So that's a great feat in itself.
Yeah.
And that was what, weekly or daily posts?
Yo, okay, so that's a big question. So at first it was like monthly and like every 2 weeks, and then come 6 months in I started doing more, and then what happened is I moved and to where I am now.
Okay.
But the thing is about where I am now, this isn't the case right now because I just like a few days ago got my what's called internet updated, but I was dealing with 50 download, 7 upload.
Ooh, yeah. Okay,
most of my stuff was hosting tournaments online where you need upload power, and so I couldn't. No, I couldn't. But if one person was watching a video and then I wanted to do anything, the internet died. There's no way. Like having this video conversation would not be possible
Well, I'm
if
glad
nobody was touching.
I'm glad it got fixed. 'Cause at least now we can do this, which was a while in waiting. Because I'd asked you about this a good while
Yeah.
back. I was telling you about this, so I'm really
It would
happy.
just be like, it was gonna be painful if I didn't have the internet I have now. Right now, I'm dealing with 400 download, 50 upload. God bless.
That's
So,
perfect. Yeah, that definitely. Yeah, definitely good.
Yeah, but no, so it wasn't frequent enough as I'd like. But when it was frequent, it was every week-ish. I think you can go on my channel and check it out. I might be lying. I don't know.
We're gonna pull it up the channel as he's talking. We're gonna be showing his computer.
COVID and time frames. I don't know. Like there was a period when I was posting regularly, and then it died off, and then it tried again, and then with upload and all that type of stuff. Uploading a video that was less than 10 minutes was supposed to take 24 hours. I couldn't do it.
That's much. Like on average, my videos are done within the hour now. Which is great. Like.
Yeah, that's fine. But like I can
24
go
hours.
do
I
something
can't imagine.
Yeah, no. And I don't even mind doing it overnight. Like 8 hours, okay, at the night, plop it in, it's over. No, not even that. So no. But yeah, no, not regular enough. It's supposed to be more regular.
And are you gonna be
trying?
And would that be picking up? You think now with the?
Oh yeah,
the
now
new
that
year?
this is possible. Oh yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be looking forward to that. So guys, everyone that's watching this, if you're not already following FroFencer, his link to his YouTube is gonna be in the description below, and at the end page of the video, you can also have a link directly to his YouTube channel to be able to click on. The beauty of YouTube and sharing each other's channels. But
so much simpler these days.
So much simpler. But you'll also be able to see this video if you're watching on Facebook. There's gonna be a promotion on Instagram and Twitter. A clip promotion plus the actual video is gonna be on Instagram as well. So a chance for everyone to really get to watch it a bit everywhere.
Sounds good.
With that now, your YouTube blew up, and then you started another project. You started doing resin blades, and I know there's some behind you. I see it every time you move a bit your head. I see it.
Yeah,
what was that again? Something that you always wanted to do, or was that something that you said, oh, you know what? I don't think it's hard to work with resin. It might be cool. Let's give it a shot.
I am obsessed with Forged in Fire.
Great show.
I am stupidly obsessed with
Great
Forged
show.
in Fire. I also don't have 10K to buy a forge. So this was my medium ground. Now, epoxy resin is what I use to make the weapons. Is not cheap.
No.
But it's fun to use, and I don't need a forge. So that was my reasoning there. Also, with I'm doing those are from manhwas, so those are from Korean comics.
Okay.
The colors are crazy in comics and manga and manhwa, for weapons and stuff. They go wild,
really
right?
well with resin.
It's perfect. I just have to buy pigment, a few $10 worth, and I can dump that in there, make it look pretty. And that was also one of the first videos on my channel as well. Was the Black March over there, that needle-looking thing over there?
Yeah, I remember that one.
So the Black March was one of my first ones, and I enjoyed doing it, and I felt like it attached to my channel being all about weapons. I also eventually wanted to talk about weapons in media. Okay. So that I wanted to merge those things, but with internet and all that type of stuff and being a new YouTuber or whatever. But yeah, no. So I've always wanted to make weapons, always been obsessed. I never thought about it until one day I was watching people make resin tables. I'm like, wait, if it fits the form, I'll make a form and then I'll pour it in. So
yeah,
it just came organically.
You're like, that's the goal. That's the goal. So for those that may want to look at your resins, are they posted on your Instagram?
They're not on my Instagram. I have kind of kept my Instagram and my YouTube channel separate.
Okay.
I wanted it to somewhat grow on its own.
Perfect.
And I wanted my Instagram to be more but more me than the channel. Okay. And then have them sync every once in a while. But I'm starting to sell resin weapons now, so I'm gonna attach it that way. I'm gonna try and keep them separate so I can have pictures of myself and people not be like, when's the next thing coming out? No.
Then I'm figuring you're gonna send me the link, and that link will also be in the thing below. So if anyone wants resin blades, the link will be below as well to a store, so you can check it out. So
Resin Armory.
Resin Armory, nice. Actually, a good name. So we're coming very close to the end of the interview. So my last question for you, because clearly you turned a passion from a 10-year-old youth to now in your late 20s, and it's becoming a viable way of still competing international. You're doing YouTube, you're doing resin. So clearly it's possible if you have a passion, if you're a geek about anything. And that's the thing, guys. Being a geek, we always tend to delegate it to video games, anime, and Pokemon and Magic the Gathering cards, but it's so much more. As long as you have a passion about something, you're geeking out about something. So with that, and you showing that it's possible, my last question for you is a two-parter. Is one, what do you tell anyone that wants to get into it? And then this is more of a personal question, but what is, in your opinion, the most realistic sword fight in media that you have seen out there?
Okay, part one, get into it. Are we talking about fencing?
In general, if you have a passion about something, but yes, even fencing, if you think it's something that
Okay,
you're
if you have a
passionate
passion,
about,
no, we'll go with the passion. If you have a passion for anything and you wanted to make it something viable for living or whatever about it, be smart about it. Just be smart about it. Look at it. If you think that you are the only one who's interested in this thing, you're crazy. Just look at all the things that you're interested in. Any series that's popular, you're not the only one. Go online and see how people ravage about these things. If you can provide them something that makes them feel a type of way, like connection to that thing, you're good. Or even if you just talk about it, how many people online just talk about what they're interested in, and if you're interested in it too, you watch. Even if you don't agree sometimes, it's even better sometimes when you don't agree. It's just fun to watch.
It is.
It's like debating with anybody.
That is true. That is true.
I would just say approach it with intelligence. Just don't shotgun things in the air. Think about what you're doing. Do it and do it well.
Nice.
Do it well is the main thing.
Now, part two, probably the harder question to answer.
Bruh.
A realistic, like, especially, like, you know, there's so many fantasy movies and sci-fi movies that use swords or lightsabers and fencing techniques. In your opinion, which one comes off, like, just top of your head, one that you're like, you know, every time I watch it, I'm like, that's realistic. It's like, it's exactly what they teach us in school.
Exactly. Okay. So,
or more or less what they teach you in school.
Yeah, no,
I don't think they make you fight orcs in school, so...
People's brains automatically go to negative, right? So when you ask me that question, I'm mulling through all the crap I've seen. So I'm just like, I'm thinking hard. And I think the scene that pops up to me the most, where I'm just like, I smile when I see it, is the first scene in Pirates of the Caribbean in the blacksmithing.
Okay, yeah.
Where it's just, it's clean. It's clean. There's some unrealistic thing with the jumping and stuff, but
the sword to sword contact is
in my memory, because it's been a while since I've seen it. In my memory, I was happy with it.
Okay. Well, you see, there we go.
I was also a child, but
so,
I think I was happy with it.
So definitely,
I'm gonna watch it after, and
exactly. Come in the comments. Forget it. Not that one.
Yeah. But you can scrap Game of Thrones out. You can scrap Star Wars. None of that. But yeah, no.
There you go. So a lot of the big budget fantasy and sci-fi shows are usually very over the top, made to look more dramatic than what it would be in real life.
And when I'm talking about Star Wars, they exclude the first trilogy. There's some nice stuff in there.
In the original trilogy, okay.
Originally, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll be honest. I love the second trilogy, but the flipping and stuff with fire laser swords is very impractical.
If you are interested in that type of stuff, that stuff's coming up on my channel. I'm just thinking about when to do it, because there is a whole treasure trove of content there. Holy.
Anytime after this video comes out is a good time. You might have got a lot of people that's gonna come and watch it. Check out the comments if you guys want to see him do a whole discussion about the fighting in the Star Wars. Write it in the comments. Just write Star Wars. He'll be notified and he'll prepare a video for you guys. So with that, Mr. FroFencer, is there anything else you'd like to say before we end the interview?
You can check me out on YouTube at FroFencer. You can check out my website, Resin Armory. It's resinarmory.com. Super simple. Basically, I make custom weapons. You tell me what colors, I put it together. That's how it works. But other than that, I think I'm pretty easy to find. So
perfect.
Yeah, we're good for
We're good. All right. Well, thank you for coming on the show. It's the first guest and the first interview of 2022, and hopefully we'll have you back on the show near the end of the year, and we can do a comparison of how your channel has grown.
That's cool.
All right.
Thanks for watching, all you guys. Thank all you geekers. We'll see you around. Hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you there.
Take care, guys.
Later.